Heyo everyone, Hexi here, and today I'm just gonna be doing a nice relaxing stream of Ico. Here's hoping that everything works out smoothly this time, and I'm gonna try and beat this in one sitting since it's such a short game, but if I can't get through it all, we'll just have to, you know, come back to it at a later time. Without further ado, here we go. If there's any issues with the audio, you'll have to let me know. And I'm just gonna start up a new game. Hola! Welcome to the stream. I'm just getting started, but here's hoping I can make it the whole way through. This is Ico from 2001. We're just starting off, getting brought to this mysterious place. And these knights have some sort of magic sword. The plot has not been revealed yet. Everything's very mysterious. Oh, I think that's because I've got widescreen on. We weren't supposed to see that edge of the screen. Ooh, the whole floor's moving now. Sealing up the entrance, locking us in for good. Little did they know, their sacrifice was rickety as shit. Now, when this game was being designed, the developers adopted a design philosophy known as subtractive development, where they designed everything based on only what you could see, and if there was anything else, like outside those windows, they just didn't bother modeling anything. So a lot of the windows have light flooding in, because they didn't want to model shit outside of the building. They said any unnecessary details would be a waste on the hardware engine and everything. So everything that you see is very detailed because it's necessary. So anyways, I'm gonna open that door and get the hell out of here. Oh, forgot to hold jump at the end there. Oh, oh, that is not how you're supposed to do that. Nope. The controls can take a little getting used to if you haven't played the game in a while. There we go. Out the window. There's one of those magical doors that we had to get through with the sword. I'm sure there's a way to get through it now, though. Just gotta find a switch or something. So at any rate, there's a hole here, and unfortunately, there's no, like, chain for us to swing across. So we're gonna have to find another way around. Thankfully, the windows are broken. If you noticed in the cutscene, the window on the other side was also broken. We will never know what's beyond this door, because there is nothing. Now, thankfully, due to that subtractive design philosophy, there aren't a lot of collectibles that you can find in this game. Like later on, you get a sword, but then they start putting swords all over the place. They... Hmm? Ah. Why aren't there more people watching? Well, I am a small YouTube channel, and I don't have a very big audience just yet. Hopefully, I expand sometime soon, get more people who are interested in my streams, but for the most part I just make videos. I make little MMDs, and I make game content. Because I've got a big collection of old video games, and I was like, well, why don't I make my 1,000+ PlayStation 2 and 1 games work for me by playing them online and sharing them with all of you? Hmm. Oop. Yes, yes, it's like Minecraft. You always put two chests together because then they become a large chest. Everyone likes the large chest better than the small chest. Unlike the princess here, who's flat as fuck. Let this be a lesson for you kids. Don't get touched by strange women in cages. And this is the rest of the game. We're going to be dragging her around and pulling her up ledges and trying to get her from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. We're also going to go around sitting on these little short king sofas. Thank you. And now here they teach us how switches work. You stand on them, and they open doors. Oh, attack button. Square. Okay. You smack square to smack the shadows. Aha! The box was holding down the switch. That just goes to show us that the box can be, or that the switch can be used forward or in reverse. Now we've come to one of the most perplexing puzzles in the game. We've got this door here, but we can't go through. There's not really any other way to go. And unfortunately, we can't get her over this ledge. So what we've got to do is actually jump down here. And if we come to this ledge, climb up here, there's a switch. You can just barely see it from the doorway, and you need to get down here so that we can tell her to get her ass over here. Now, we could climb up there. Hmm. Hmm. Uh-huh. Are you sure you're thinking of the right person? 'Cause I haven't really gotten any Steam gifts lately. I mean, I certainly hope there aren't any Hexi impersonators out there. That would be weird. There we go. Oh, Aiko's too much of a short king to climb that ledge. But if we come back over to where the container was, we can come up to this ledge. Come on. We can wait for her to figure out how to climb a box. And she's a lot taller than Aiko, so she can jump up and get pulled onto the ledge. And we're finally outside. This part is pretty iconic for me, since it's one of the first times that we really get out of the dungeon part of the game. And we get to see that we're on some sort of island. I mean, the intro established that, but like, here it becomes really apparent because you can just see everything. And once you defeat all the enemies, the little portal just evaporates, and that means that they're all gone. And with that, we can sit on the Short King sofa and save our game. Now, a lot of people get nervous on these train tracks, but thankfully this place is long abandoned, so you don't have to worry about anything hitting you or anything like that. Anyways, now we've got wheels. We can overlook the room that we were trapped in and get the fuck out of here. And even though it's been just a short time, the game feels that that trolley puzzle was worth giving us another save point for. Hmm? I mostly just like these old games. Like a lot of these new games come out and they're feature incomplete. They add a bunch of DLC costumes and stuff and additional content, but back in the old days, the game would come out with all the extra content already included. So you didn't have to download anything because the internet wasn't an option back then. It might be nice to download things all the time, but what if your internet goes out? Or what if the servers go down? It was much nicer when you could just buy a game and have all that extra shit packaged in. Wow. See if I hold out my hand for you next time. Just gonna jump over like it's nothing. Of course. The thing is, a lot of these old games were designed because people had computers and nothing to do, so they were trying to find ways to make fun for themselves and, escape from the mundane and boring aspects of computers, because back then, they were calculators for business, and you used them for work. But that was fucking boring, and a bunch of nerds who had too much time on their hands decided to make stuff like Mario, and were like, boy, it would sure be fun if we could make him jump from platform to platform. And I feel like since video game design has become a bit of a business now, a lot of modern game developers have forgotten that aspect of, let's make something that's fun. Meanwhile, PlayStation 2's library is full of a bunch of fun old games. I like how Aiko's just like holding on to 3 things at once right now. Gotta hold stick, gotta hold bomb, gotta hold princess. It's all a very complicated balancing game. And there we go. With the bridge toppled, we can now go and continue on with our journey. Collision detection's a little funky, but I have a feeling that's because I'm playing it with the widescreen patch. This game wasn't really ever meant to be played in widescreen. Thankfully, those shadowy boys all get shattered whenever you open magical doors. Looks like we can finally get out of here. Good game, boys. And now we know that the princess is named Yorda. Yeah, but she was in the same prison, so we're busting out. Plus she's taller. She might be useful for something. And she can open doors. It's a pretty useful power. Unfortunately, Aiko doesn't speak Spanish, so he has no clue what they're saying right now. Thankfully, when you come through on a New Game Plus playthrough, he becomes multilingual and can actually understand what they're saying. Anyways, since there are these pullable things, we may as well pull them. Heyo! Welcome back to the stream. That is one of the most obtuse pathfinding, like, AIs I've seen. Here, let me just step over this giant fucking boulder to get to the Short King sofa. Anyways, now that the way's been blocked, we've got to do some Metroidvania backtracking. Now, we couldn't exactly do shit with this before because we didn't have any fire. But now that I've lit up the torches, we can just drop this bomb here. Light our flame here. And set that off. maybe just a little. I mean, who doesn't like Aiko? There we go, that should do it. I think that's the last of them. Oh, nope, there's one more. And now it's puzzle solving time. You know, I think I see what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, so that only opens when both of them are held down. So there's gotta be another block somewhere. Hmm. See, I told you guys she could be useful for stuff. Okay, maybe not that useful. Hmm. Oh, it's a climbing puzzle. And now we can get that second block. Really, guys? Hmm. Now there's gotta be a way to get up to that door. Did I maybe miss something up here? Was there a switch that I was supposed to throw? Oh! I think I just saw it. There was a chain back there. Oh, there was a ladder over here. Didn't even notice that. Well, ain't that fucking convenient? Unfortunately, there are way too many of them for me to jump up there and pull her up to the door now. Would have been really convenient if I could have just gotten her over there, but nope. Thankfully, all she needs is a little help and she can pull herself out of the hole. These enemies sure do love ganging up on you, though. There were entirely too many of those. Now, I remember this location being in a lot of the demos for the game. It was kind of a big deal back in the day. Aiko comes out, and there's this windmill on top of the castle. Oh, the perspective here does not make this jump easy. There we go. Now it's just a matter of figuring out how to get her up here so that we can use the save point. Hey, welcome to the stream. It's always good to have a new fan. Hmm. Um. She's got a bit of the ditzy doos down there. Just sort of spinning. Yeah, Twitch is cool and all, but I don't care for their moderation over there. So I just figured I'll stick to YouTube. This is just sort of an extra in addition to my videos. No. You guys can't do this now. This is unfair. I was just making good progress, and then these guys come along and have to ruin everything. It's like that Freakazoid skit. Get out of here! You're a creep! We were all having a happy time! Fucking creepers over here. Splat. Yeah, the enemies sometimes attack you, but they mostly chase her. There it is. Yeah, I was saying at the beginning of the stream that the developers use something called subtractive design when designing this game. So, it's a very simple game, but it's kind of beautiful in that way. Because there's nothing here that's unnecessary. No grinding, no secret collectibles, just go through the game. And all the puzzles will reveal themselves as you go. I mean, it's a pretty short game, so the plot of an anime would have to be pretty simple, because it's pretty much just they go places, they solve puzzles. It would probably be a one episode, 30-minute sort of deal. I should have parked the box on top of their hole. Time to push the box back so that we can climb up here. Now it's time to figure out how to extend another bridge. Sometimes in this game, the perspective really is your biggest enemy. Perfect. See, at this point, they're completely trying to fight me rather than get her, so... Unless you were asking if they only appear at certain places, then yeah, they only appear where those shadow holes are, and they only show up at certain points in the game. Hmm. I guess I need to use these to activate the switches? Maybe? No, they won't get up here. Hmm. I feel like I missed something obvious here. Oh, wasn't there like a switch or something I was supposed to throw? Yeah, those stop me from pushing it off the edge. So it can't go down in the water. It's gotta be an entrance over here then. Somewhere. There we go. It took a moment, but I got that old noggin joggin'. And with that, we can just run away from our problems. Okay, let me just save the game, check how long I've been doing this, and what the computer temperatures are at, and then we'll see if we want to continue or not. Okay. We've been at this for an hour and a half, and the computer is sitting at 50 degrees Celsius across the board. So, I guess we can continue. I'll probably finish up this dungeon and then quit, because by then we'll have been at this for 2 hours, and we'll just finish up the second half of the game on a later stream. There we go. Had to be on a very specific spot for him to stick his arm down. Hmm. Ah. I'm sure nothing terrible will happen to her while I'm away. See, if you had just let me help you up here, then we wouldn't have had to fall off. I love the way he flails his little arm when calling to her. Just, hey, get the fuck over here. What do you think you're doing? We gotta go. He's all like, don't you know I got a gat in my Rory? Now that he's got this big-ass sword. And here we go, second part of the dungeon. A lot of this game comes in bits and pieces. You got the two-step dungeons and the two-step story structure. And I mean, you can kind of see that game design carry over into Shadow of the Colossus of all things. First you have to find the Colossi, and then you have to kill the Colossi, and then repeat to ad nauseum. Heyo! Welcome to the stream! I was trying to beat Aiko in one sitting, but I think I'm gonna split it up into two. Was there not something important out here? I could have swore there was something I was supposed to do. Oh! Pull me up. First and foremost. And then we'll go and save Yorda. I was on my way back to her anyways. Where did she get off to? There she is. Get out of that hole. Come along. Oh, I need her up top in order to get through? Here I thought I had to, like, find a switch outside to open the door or something. Isn't there, like, one on the front of the shrine? It's got a ladder out there. Surely there's nothing I need her for over here, though. There's, like, nothing to do. Oh, there's an invisible bridge. I mean, of course, why wouldn't there be an invisible bridge? Let this be a lesson, guys. Sometimes you just need girls to open the invisible bridges in your life. Ah, yes. Time for the MGS3 ladder. But in Ico. But that's it for this dungeon. So I'm gonna save. And you'll all just have to tune in next time on Hexi Z. Ciao for now, guys. And Hexi out.